YA. I'm honestly trying to lead a simple life in my own dimension. And if I talk for a piece, it's clearly recollection. If I refer to a higher being, that's because we have a connection, but this negativity has affected my self-progression. It's all self-reflection. Should I mention that my intention when I vent what I vent is to talk with conviction and release my own tension? That's a fact, right? Day to day for me, sometimes it's like, that's an act, right? I'm going to try to act right, but the only time I'm truly in my right mind is when I'm in my mind, right? That's what I find. I find out when I write using my right side, my mind gets right, I get life, I get why my perceptions of our deceptions become projections on real life. I'm trying to live in my own realm. You know, like my own round. So as much as I'm speaking in a public place, you best believe I stay selective about who I'm talking around. See, I'm talking, but I'm talking without. My voice is my voice, yeah, but that depends on my mouth. My energy and thoughts, well, that's a different sound. Vibrations found in as well as they come out. And truly it's that translation of such sensitive information that could have me feeling a way if it was received over the wrong frequency. I'm frequently trying to retune my own frequency, twisting that dial to find that right station and getting impatient with other complications, with outside interference, with negative connotations. They impact me daily, so I don't want to go too deep. I don't think I'm ready, but my soul's been weak and my heart's so heavy, but when my flow's been hindered, now my flow flows steady. I'm going to talk about me so you don't forget me. I'm a no one on the street, you would never suspect me. A poet on heat until my words upset me, and I'm hard to undress. Deflection's my distraction while my real intent is to ignite your interest, so you can reflect on your reaction to a real empress. Where mathematically I fraction my need to impress with my need to be the best, yes. I know I've got a complex. I was told I failed, so I need to feel successful, not regretful. A handful of times I should have been more resentful. See, last year had me mental. I was going mental. I knew a crown was there. I just assumed it was dental, presented with just one wall, staring at this one wall. My vision so impaired I couldn't see it was a portal. I'm feeling thoughtful, a little resourceful. My mind's so sick. I was feeling me immortal. Nah, I'm a force, though. I'm a force, though. I'm a sequence of chemical reactions and combustion grown accustomed to slight suppression of my self-doubt, limiting my functions, because really I'm propane. Once you add that sodium and copper, I'm basically that flame. I'm basically fire. I'm trying, choosing. I'm that force of Hadouken. I'm unidentified, unjustified, conscious mind. I mean conscious being who goes out sometimes to recite her rhymes for some spiritual healing in a room full of like-minded people. I mean like-minded beings. I caught a minute on the mic one time. Now I'm lyrically bleeding. My mind needs feeding. I like being read when it's me doing the reading. So it makes me reminisce. I've been reminiscing. I've been wishing for a way to convey the things I need to say in such a short space and a fast pace to add to the way the words resonate when you listen. I've been feeling nostalgic. Over days, I thought I was about it. I used to walk around with those who couldn't doubt it. My self-esteem was like a light beam. It would beam in your eyes, making you blind. My light so bright, people would stop in their tracks as they stopped in my sight. I'd smile and walk by. At that very time when my very existence had no resistance. If people thought I was different, it's because I knew I was gifted. Young and ambitious. Back then it was ridiculous. Sometimes I write so well, even I get suspicious. Don't get it twisted, now we're 10 years on. And when my confidence is back, that kind of level's gone. Life came and took it. I put it back on my wish list. I had to go through things that made me pessimistic. I could have been a cynic, cold and ungiven. I apologized to God to ask for forgiveness. He had it scripted. I never listened. I'd only feel it. But 10 years on, it's got me strong in my realness. Yeah, I'm a realist. Realists will feel this. I stay one with God because I know what the deal is. His words will heal it. My words will seal it. Certain times it's the iron from bad minds that will steal it. I've been broke. I don't mean broke as a joke when you're out with your friends or you're drinking a mixer, hoping to miss your round last round because you're down to your last pound. Can't even buy your own round to wash down the laughs as they laugh from the last topic that they shout because you're out but you can't leave now. No, I'm talking about the kind of joke you can't take to the shop and top up for hot water. You need hot water, so you resort to kettle, water, washes. It's a lot. When your plans for life stop still, it's a stop still. Still you don't stay still. I remember how I'd feel. Now I recall those times at my will. Now I love those occasions and my motivation and my past pain and the now in the making. I remember claiming this little girl in my face and how my whole life changed overnight on that day and with nothing to give her. I cried me a river now. I smile inside because I know I deliver. I'll never go back there. Back when I couldn't even afford to plait her hair. Kaylee had me on the sofa, gave me her comb and said, Jazz, here. I remember right there, nothing but pain that year. I remember right there, I learned about patience. I learned about creations. Nothing to my name, but times are changing. I don't feel like a failure, so I'm not failing. There's no way, it's hard to explain. It's quite complicated, just know I can't fail in this life. I must make it. I depend on my dependents. My legacy might be this, so it can't be suspended for my descendants. Shout out to pretend friends. They kind of had me round on a weekend on a pretense for information to help with their dissertation. I would work on that thing like it was for my graduation. Now we're estranged and you can walk past, huh? Hit me back on your masters. My words are art. I gotta be smart. I talk from my heart. I learn from my past. I respect myself. It's been a long time coming, but I protect myself. I control my emotions so I don't upset myself. And I stand on this stage so I don't neglect myself. This is for my health. This is for me time. This is for an outlet. This is for an insight. This is to explore my enlightenment. I love the wordplay. Woodsy, I said I love the wordplay. I love the words and play with the words as a word plays out in verse A. Change, rearrange, and emerge in a new way. I said I love the wordplay. I love the words and play with the words as the words play out in verse A. Change, rearrange, and emerge in a new way. As I rehearse, I back the verse like the liner in my purse. I carry new lines. I come with one line that's transcend the light and transform your mind. It's appreciation. Some of the best lyrics I ever wrote because of you, and I made them. 5:30 a.m. standing there waiting with a flow so strong I would train at that station. Determination. I memorized the whole thing. I stood on stage like I was impatient. Like, why are we waiting? I can't contain it. I need to say it. Dive right in. Now I drive right in. Strive, I strive. I'm on a striving thing, a writing thing. Relax your mind and think. Back to the way I wandered away. I'd beam in their eyes, making them blind. My light so bright, people would stop in their tracks as they stopped in my sight. I'd smile and walk by. Now I stop and say hi. Why? Because I deserve it. I think I earned it. I put the work in. I know I'm worth it. I know I'm worthy. I was reborn from the depths of my depression to emerge and to metamorphosize into what you now see, like a phoenix rising from the ashes metaphorically. I appear in my true form to speak the truth fully to those who seek the truth fully, understanding the purpose of my creativity, positivity. Lyrically, I alchemize with words metaphysically. I am physically here, but my mind is somewhere high. So I say hi to remind myself where I reside, a heavenly place where my faith collides with a previous state of pain where my past survives because I was wrestling with a darker force, WWF'd until my knowledge of self had left, and in its place something else had crept in. I just came to the stage to start venting, righteous with a raw rage from my painting, crisis with a call on stage that I went with, stifled by the weight of ways I pretended. See, my dreams were demented, the walls felt fermented, I discontented, felt so tormented, until I presented, and then I ascended, hovered there, centered, aligned and attentive, knew what I had to do just to get mended, apologized to God, so say I repented, I never planned it, it just happened. Now I teach repent ed from my head for the madness. Now I seek redemption for my sins, for the sadness, to take the edge off. I backed off the ledge because there on a ledge I was jamming with a sledge for the next dragon. I stood standing, water in my wagon from when I conquered the kraken that I dragged in the beginning. No one could fathom I'd killed a damn thing. I couldn't even swim. Now I look at the levels of the legends in the room where I'm standing. It's outstanding. Nah, that's a mad thing. Never in a million years could I ever imagine. But I had now entered. My feet felt cemented. I looked to my left at the poets who had entered, those who attended. My heart had extended. I looked at it longing until I started to question the wronging, a group to belong in. I thought, nah, it's the turf. It's hard to have peace of mind when you're lower than the dirt. It's hard to give a peace of mind when you've lost your worth. If I never knew and grew from the hurt, if I never 3-inch punched my way through the dirt, if I never felt so close to a coffin that it hurt, if I never felt so close to a coffin that it hurt, if I never centered myself and mentally rebirthed, if I never started searching for a twig to dip the tip into the ink of my soul on this turf, if I never gave my words worth, if I never grew from the hurt, if I never helped use my voice for the hurt, if I never found my purpose, strictly kept it to ranting, never set up the gram, then why a poet? No one would know who I am, and I've changed. I'm not sorry. I've changed, I'm not sorry. I took pain and it owed me to refrain from a journey sustained by my worry. I set sail in a hurry, and I loved before I loved me. Now it's hard to adjust. See, I look back at my body as I lay there. The tears were all around me, but I'd stay there, days there, felt crazy there, unfazed there. Now I pinpoint my pain there. It all felt so unfair. I was unaware, unprepared, so scared from the pain that I bared. Now I mean it when I say that I play there. Now I think of that time when I'm in overdrive. Over time, I've learned to recognize when that hurt subsides. I took back my life. At times it felt trying. At times I couldn't fight it. My life, it went right. My life, it felt like it wasn't even mine. At a time when my life felt unlivable. I was hard on myself, unforgivable. I was broken inside, unfixable. But I healed my mind at that pinnacle. Now I'm lyrical, right? My miracle feels mythical. You see, I fought the unthinkable. I said, I fought the unthinkable. Past and my present, that's a physical. No longer critical and miserable. Now I'm Jaden, I left fear, I'm invisible. Now I activate the mind subliminal. As I talk of my life, non-fictional. Through it all, he heard my call. Now I've seen it all, seen the flaw, seen my fall. You see, I fell straight down, scared of the ground. I can still hear the sound of his voice when I bounce. See, I called out, I pronounced the prayers out loud for words to impact my land. He turned that tarmac to hands, surroundings to sand. He turned my tears to a river and I swam through. He will catch you. He told me, hold out your hand. He said, hold you. And I dispersed with that pollen on that blossom that he sent to carry me through, saying prayers I knew. I had fought through, defiant and true. I stood there in the mirror like, yeah, I fought you. Now I call to you, draw to you. My fall to you is a memory for you to resort to. So I can think of flashbacks, trap that location and map that, place it out back. See, I see it now. I see it now. I see it now. I've got to keep a certain energy to keep it now. It's deeper now. I've got to plant on a high level just to reap it now. I seek it out. That seed of doubt is what I speak about now. I'm involved. I've evolved. I've resolved. My story's told. I will grow old. Loving me. Lovingly, love and see, hide and seek, find and speak. My depths are deep, my soul's been weak, but my mind is free. And my pages keep the very heart of me. I wholeheartedly give. Please receive. All praise be to the creator of me, because it might not be clear to see, but it's personal to me. My reflections are reaction as an action, as I mentioned my resentment when I'd consider my sentence on my mind's death row. Broken glass tiptoes, under feet although I'd walk fast and slow, 100-0. I know I now owe so much more to myself than an apology. Now I utilize that pain anthology. Now I'm one in a meal anomaly. I'm centered and still. I solemnly dare to speak honestly of my peak. Now I'm free. Now I'm freed. Please heed my need for you to be happy just like me. Because although my words scream, acknowledge me, and my socials are set for you to follow me. This time last year I could barely breathe. And all I really mean is just stop and see how you can change your point of view, because changing changed me. Thank you very, very, very much.